Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. And today we are going to get into our first episodes of gameplay. I did have gameplay recorded, a little bit of the Coastal Carolina game and some of the Pandas game for East Carolina. However, somehow I lost that footage, which is very, very disappointing. As you can see there, we got the win against Coastal. I did simulate the Louisville game, and we ended up losing by only 3 points. Right now, something I didn't do was go over the rosters, so we're going to just kind of take a look at the rosters and what we're working with here. Zion Turner is our starting quarterback. He's a pretty nice athlete, 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 87 agility, 88 change of direction. Tashawn Smoot, another sophomore there that's a gifted athlete. Um, but, our guy's going to be Zion to begin with, mainly because his arm talent is better. You see some other guys with some potential down there, but Caden Creel might be the future starter here when those guys are gone. But Zion Turner, that's who we're going to start off with here. Kind of like the perfect match for my system. Just has a little bit better arm talent than Smoot. Then you have Smothers right there, who's not bad. Smothers, could definitely, has a much better arm, a 92 throw power, but he's a guy who could definitely start, but not quite as good of an athlete as Zion or Smoot. If I did have to go with another quarterback in this scenario, though, I probably would go with Smothers, to be honest. Um, but we're rolling in with Zion, and we'll see how that goes here, or we're seeing how it goes, I guess I should say. So far, not too bad. We got Anwar Lewis, who's the senior. Andrew Paul from around my way in Dallas, Texas. You also have Justice Savage, who's looking like a future star here. Divine and Lando. But the talent at running back, I mean, nothing to write home about, but serviceable. We don't have a fullback, which we will use. This team will use a fullback. We do run a lot of flex bone, a lot of I formation to veer. We'll use a fullback. And then at a wide receiver here, again, nothing too crazy. You have Lacey, you have Spector, but Michael, the playmaker Petway, is the guy that I'm most excited about here. He already ran a kickback. Um, he already ran a kickback for this team in the Coastal Carolina game. He's a playmaker in open field, absolutely electric. Our tight ends that I glossed over there are pretty nice. Offensive line, we have a really good offensive lineman. I don't know his name. I think it might be Jackson. But aside from that, it's, nothing to write home about. And then at the defensive end spots, of course, you got my guy um, with the favorite name, J. Rock Swain. Uh, Alameen, linebackers, hell, he's pretty solid, but there's not really much behind him at the middle linebacker spot. You got Derek Carter, Latimer, Mack. The cornerbacks, are, decent, they're younger, so we can kind of build off of that. Perry at the safety, Watkins, a freshman who might have some potential. Henderson Jr., you see the red shirt on him. McCray at the safety, Ziegler. We're going to have to do some recruiting here, definitely. It's Clay Webb. There we go. Clay Webb is the big time offensive lineman, a 93 overall. That is insane. And you see the 87 overall tight end behind him. I believe he's a junior. I may be wrong. Then we'll get into the ECU roster here a little bit here. Jake Garcia will be our starter, even though Caden Hauser is breathing down his neck. So if Garcia isn't performing, then maybe Hauser will get a chance here. Hauser has a bit of a stronger arm. Accuracy's the same. They're pretty much the same quarterback, to be honest. The mid and deep accuracies are just a little bit better. So Garcia has a little bit more touch. It looks like down the field, but and he's a bit of a better athlete. I mean, a lot of a better athlete in the open field with an 80 juke move. Rajai Harris um, is the starting back. You have Javius Bond right there as well, only a sophomore. Gunn Jr. So you got, some talent there. Bond seems to be like more of our speed with the, 92, 96, 92 agility, change of directions of 92. He seems more like what we like at the running back spot, so we'll kind of see. Chase Sowell, big body wide receiver there. Um, can develop for sure, only a sophomore. You got Winston Wright, Anthony Smith, and Patterson. They're all seniors. Really nothing too great there. At least with like Patterson, he's like your open field kind of like make some plays in the open field type. You have Casey Kelly here, senior tight end, but he has sure hands. He's only a 77, but I think we'll be going to him a lot when we need a real like solid catch. Offensive line again, nothing too great there. We do have Chad Stevens at the left end, Raheem Craig, Dante Johnson and McKenzie at the defensive tackle, McKinstry at the linebacker spot, Damian Wilson, Senior Edwards the third, who Mike Edwards will be pretty good. We have Siobhan Revel at the corner. He's going to be really good. You got Brown Murray behind him, who's only a sophomore. So the corners, we might have some development there. Gibson at the safety, a couple seniors, a couple juniors, Huff and Nash. Duncanson might develop into something. But again, nothing to write home about here. We got to do a lot of recruiting on both sides. But right now, we're going to get into the game. Jackson State and Eastern Michigan here. All right, they're going to kick it off to us, and that's Michael Petway on the return here. He's not getting too far. It looks like he gets to the 18-yard line. We're coming out with Zion Turner here, the sophomore. Get to see what he can do today at this quarterback position. Coming out in duos to the right. We're going to hand that off to Anwar Lewis. He's going to go ahead and pick up about 2 yards. Now in the pistol, we are going to keep it. Zion Turner tries to pitch it, and that is a fumble. We cannot recover it. And just like that, it looks like Eastern Michigan is going to get a free touchdown on the arid pitch. We're coming back on offense again. We are now going to try the option again. This time we have some space there, and that is a good pickup there by Andrew Paul, recovering from that fumble situation early in the game here. Now we're coming back here. We're going to go with the triple look, and that's Paul again breaking into the open field. He's finally stopped and knocked down by, it looks like, Carter Jr. I formation here. Looks like we're going to go with the veer. That's Turner on the keeper, and he's around the corner, and he's breaking free. He's going to go ahead and step out of bounds. Nice run there by Zion Turner, and that's what we want from our quarterbacks here in this system at Jacksonville State. Back in the flex bone, it does not work that time. We're going to lose a yard. And this is a pretty much a give and take system here. We are going to give some, but hopefully when we take, we can take our fair share. Duos to the left this time. We're going to run the option. We're going to pitch it out. That's Anwar Lewis. He tries to cut it up, but he's going to go down pretty quickly. Now in the split back look here. Turner's going to drop back on 3rd and 9, try to get somebody open. And he has a guy, but he can't hold on to the ball. I'm not sure who that was, but they do not hold on to the ball there. And we're going to have to try and settle for 3, and it's good. So Eastern Michigan is up 7-3. Now they come back out here on offense for the first time. They're going to hand the ball off, and they're going to pick up about 8 yards. A nice game by McMillan there. Coming back out here, looks like they have trips to the left. They're going to hand it off to McMillan. McMillan sheds a tackle, sheds another tackle before he finally goes down. Once again, McMillan again on the run. He's going to get loose. Goes down again, but they're taking chunks out of this defense right now. Dante McMillan already has 32 yards on 3 carries. Once again, looks like trips. No, it's twins to the right. I apologize. He's going to bring a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to number 23. He's going to run a guy over, but he ultimately goes down pretty quickly there. We have to make some tackles on defense. We want to be a physical defense. We want to make tackles definitely in the open field. It's something that's hard to do, but I know we can. Once again, we just whiff on a tackle. He sheds another tackle easily, and McMillan in for the easy touchdown. We're going to come back out here on offense. We're going to give the ball off. That's Anwar Lewis. He's going to find a little bit of space, and he's going to pick up a solid 8 yards. That's what we want. We're trying to give it to Edwards here, going fast. That doesn't get us anything. Coming back out in the flex bone on 3rd and 2. And we're going to give it to Paul once more, and he's in the open field trying to make a guy miss. And he picks up a very solid gain. Only needed 2, and I think he got about 11. All right. Back in the flex bone. Look here. Flex bone with the twins to the left. We are going to fake it inside. We're going to give it to Anwar Lewis on the pitch. He takes a shot, but he picks up 5 yards. Now coming back out here in the wishbone look. Going to run another option. Gets the pitch out. Anwar Lewis, he's going to make a great move. Has the first down, but there's a flag on the play. And we are going to be bringing this one back due to a holding call. And that's Brock Roby who was holding. Now coming out here in the pistol look, we are going to hand it off to Paul. And he's going to get us about 4 yards. Split look here this time. Dropping back, we're going to deliver the pass. We have an open guy, and that is Lacey on his first reception for 17 yards. It was Mitchell. I'm sorry. I'm not sure who that was in coverage, but it was Lacey on the grab for 17. We are back out here in the I formation. We are going to fake it this time. We're going to put it up, and that is intercepted, throwing it right to the linebacker for Eastern Michigan. Definitely not what we wanted here. We would get a stop on defense. We come back out here on offense. We're going to fake it inside. We're going to pitch it. That's Lewis again. What a move by Lewis. This guy has very sweet feet here. Coming back out here, there's nowhere to go as Turner keeps it. And it is going to be 3rd down and 8. We'll see if we can pick it up through the air here once more. Jacksonville State coming out in the split back formation. Going to bring Anwar Lewis in motion. Dropping back here. We're going to have a guy open, and he's going to be just short of the first down, and that's going to end the first quarter of play. And it looks like we are going to go ahead and go for it here on 4th and inches to open up the second quarter. We're going to hand it off to Paul. No option look there, just a straight handoff. Something you will also see out of this offense. And we pick up the first down. So a new set of downs here. We have duos to the right, twins to the right. We're going to hand it off to Lewis. Lewis has space. Another flag on the play. And no doubt that's going to be on the offense here. And that's once again another holding call. And that is Roby again. We got to get it together with Roby. We're going to be talking to that guy on the sideline after this drive because we can't keep getting these holding penalties. Coming down the I formation here, we're going to fake it. Looks like we want a shot deep. We take it, and that is incomplete to Lacey. Not the best pass or best throw there. Again, one of the weaknesses here of Turner is that he does not have the strongest arm. Now on the split back here, we're going to throw it on the screen pass to Lewis. Lewis has some space. He's going to pick up about 11 yards there. Puts us in the 3rd and 3 situation. Fakes the pitch. We're going to go up top. We have our guy, and that is Paul, who catches the pass out there for the big first down. That is 33 yards on that catch for Paul. And we want to get the running backs involved in the passing game for sure. Duo's right. Once again, here we're going to fake it. Zion Turner's going to keep it. He has space, and he is going to get us in first down, 1st and goal situation for the Gamecocks. All right, we're going to try to punch it in here in a split back look here. We're going to fake it to Lewis. We're going to put it up in the air there. We have Paul, who's going to get us inside of the 2. Can't quite get it into the end zone, but we are getting closer and closer. We're going to try a QB keep here. It doesn't do anything. We don't have any push or enough push to do anything there. Back in the I formation here, we're going to just hand it off to Paul, and he's going to trot into the end zone for 6, 13-10. Eastern Michigan. Back on offense, bringing their guy in motion here. They're going to give the ball off, and he's going to be stuffed for a 4-yard loss, something we haven't done much of. They're going to hand it off once more. Sheds a tackle, but he's not going. Dante McMillan, I should say, isn't going anywhere. And it is a 3rd and 11 as this defense looks a little bit revitalized, and they're making some tackles here. All right, let's see if we can get this stop on 3rd and 11. We haven't gotten a whole lot out of our defense here. Drop back to throw, and that's just thrown away. We would end up taking over after the punt. Duo's left. Going to be another play fake here. We're going to try and go deep, and just not enough arm. That was Joshua Scott who knocked that down for the Eastern Michigan defense. Now Duo's to the right. He's going to bring a guy in motion here. We're going to give it off to Michael Petway. See if we can get him in the open field. He sheds a tackle, and he is going to pick up 9 yards. And those are the things we want to do with a guy like Michael Petway here. Get him involved in the running game or however we can. We're going to hand it off here. That's Anwar Lewis. He's going to pick up the first down by the hairs of his chinny chin chin. He has 23 yards on the ground so far. A split back look, twins to the right. We're going to hand it off to Anwar again. He's not going anywhere. Just a 2-yard gain. We're not getting the push on this offensive line that we need so far. And this running game isn't going to work very well if we don't get that. Duo's right once again here. We're going to hand it off to Anwar. And again, there's not much there. Just not much running room. No gaps really opening up. This front 7 of Eastern Michigan came to play. Duo's right once more. We're going to drop back here. And there's just not enough time there. And we're sacked. We're going to end up punting on 4th and 16 to Eastern Michigan. They're going to be on the return here. Looks like he has room. Weaving through traffic a little bit. He's going to have a pretty nice gain there to the 49. Back out here on offense is Eastern Michigan. It's going to be a fake there and very, very slow running, but we whiff on the tackle. And Snyder is going to get 10 yards. He's not really much of a runner, but there he beats us. Eastern Michigan is going to come here. Looks like they're going to bring a guy in motion, something they've been loving to do. Snyder's going to hand it off, and that is not going anywhere as Jville Al-Amin gets another tackle. Get used to that name as he's one of our playmakers here. Cole Snyder coming out here in a 2-by-2 look on 3rd and 3. Changing some things up here. They're going to hit us with the draw play right up the middle. Sheds a tackle. Hard running there by McMillan. And he is going to get that first down. He has 88 yards on 10 attempts and a score. So far, he is gashing this Gamecock defense. Cole Snyder changing some things up, bringing his tight end in motion here. Gonna hand it off to McMillan. McMillan has nothing but space. Should have kept it to the outside, but luckily for us, he turns it inside, and Derek Carter's able to undercut him for the stop. Not sure why he didn't keep it on the outside there, but we are here on a 1st and goal. Backed up against the wall. Cole Snyder moving around. He's going to throw it up. The ball pops in the air. And we had a shot at an interception. It doesn't quite work out for us, but a stop is a stop there. 2nd and goal. We need a few more of those here. Looks like they have 3 receivers to the right. Cole Snyder drops back and delivers to a wide open receiver for a touchdown. Jville State back on offense here. Turner dropping back. He's going to launch it downfield. Has his man or had a shot, but that is incomplete here. Trying to get a score, a much-needed score before halftime. Trips to the right. Turner drops back and just does not have the time afforded to him to really get anything off. And we'll see what we do here on a 3rd and 10. Turner in the shotgun. He's just going to hand it off to Anwar Lewis, trying to pick something up. There's still nothing there. Even when we try to catch him off guard with the run, it's not happening. Snyder dropping back, delivering to his tight end. That's a gain of 5. That's Getzinger at the tight end spot, making his first reception of the game. Snyder coming out with 5 wide here. He's going to drop back and deliver to another wide open man. Whiffs on the tackle. We are going to get the stop. But that is another solid gain. Snyder has only thrown for 24 yards, but it seems like if he wants to pick us apart, maybe he can. They've ran the ball so well, he has not had to. Now Snyder dropping back, plenty of time, has all day, can call his mother, can call his sister if he has one, can make reservations. We have to get some pressure on this dude. Cole Snyder this time operating out of the pistol look here. He's going to deliver to another wide open man. We're just standing there watching him catch the ball. And looks like there's also going to be a flag on Jabari Mack for a PI, as it looked like he kind of ran into the receiver there. And they're moving the ball. 57 seconds left. Our worst case scenario is unfolding right before our eyes. Delivers another pass to his tight end, shedding a tackle. What else is new? We are going to be doing a lot of tackling drills at practice this week, I'll tell you that. Now in the red zone, getting shoved into the wall here more and more. Snyder's going to drop back again, has all day, delivers to a wide open wide receiver, and we don't want to play defense. 44 seconds here, we take over on offense. Turner's going to roll out, doesn't really have anything. He's going to decide to keep it himself. And that is one of the best plays we've made all day. 36 seconds left here. Lewis to his right. Turner's going to drop back. He has time here. He has time. Looking. Probably should have tried to throw it downfield there to Lacey. But held on to it too long. 29 seconds left, 2nd and 10. But no harm, no foul. Twins to the left. He's going to send Lewis in motion this time. Receives the snap. He's going to have a wide open tight end. Sheds a tackle, and he's going to be able to get about 10 or 11 there. 23 seconds left. That is Barrett on that grab. One of our better players at the tight end spot. Trips to the right this time. Something you don't see very often in this offense. We're going to deliver the pass, and that one is caught. And that is a first down. Turner completing a couple of good back-to-back passes here. Now you have trips to the right, and Turner's going to drop back. He's going to deliver, and he has another reception by Lacey. So 3 straight completions by Turner, showing that he can operate through the air. 14 seconds remaining, 2nd and 6, and a 27-10 ball game. Trying to orchestrate some points out of this drive here. All right, Turner's going to drop back once more. He's going to deliver downfield. That was underthrown. That is broken up. Out of the pistol this time, fakes it to Lewis. Rolling out here. Gonna try and deliver. Has a man downfield. What a throw and what a catch. That is gonna put us in field goal range and give us a chance at more points. That is an awesome throw and catch right there. Gonna kick the field goal, and it is good. And we end the first half on a high note. Still down, but that was a very high note. 27-13 Eastern Michigan. Our defense cannot make tackles. We have to make tackles on defense. That's one of the biggest takeaways here at halftime. We have to be able to open up those gaps in the run game for us as well. But Zion Turner did show that he can operate in the air, that he is very capable of operating through the air on those more intermediate throws. So Eastern Michigan's going to start out here on offense. Let's see what kind of adjustments we've made. Handoff there, and that's another solid gain by McMillan, who just tore us apart in the first half. That's 6 yards. We don't want to keep allowing this guy to get 5 and 6 yards a pop. But so far, we have not been able to stop it. Snyder here, he's going to hand it off to McMillan again. Stiff arms, straight disrespectful to the face of our linebacker there. And again, another big gap, another solid gain. I don't know if it's McMillan. I don't know if it's their offensive line or both, but we are getting dominated on the ground. McMillan, and I just whiff on that tackle. Oh, my goodness. Derek Carter makes the stop there, but that's an absolute whiff, something we've seen all day here so far. And they just continue to slash and just cut us open here. That Snyder dropping back, moves around a bit, finds an open receiver across the middle. That is another 7-yard gain. That is Mitchell III, who's been his favorite target here so far. That Snyder, he's going to hand it off to McMillan, and that is actually a good, solid tackle right there. Finally, getting a little bit of life here. 3rd and 1 for this defense. We need a stop here. It's going to be very hard on 3rd and 1, but they try and pass it, and Snyder throws an incompletion. Not sure why they tried to throw it there. Maybe because they were going to go for it on 4th down the whole time, so that makes a lot of sense. Here in a Twins power look, no doubt they're probably going to run it. No, he drops back to pass. He has a wide open man. We can't get back to him. And it is 1st and 10. That is Mitchell again on his 5th grab today. And that was my fault. I was in man-to-man coverage there, and I thought that he was going to take me on like more of an intermediate route, and he just turns around and stops on me. User error there. They're going to try and fake it, and Snyder is sacked. That's Al Amin. As I talked about earlier, this guy is going to be one of our playmakers. His first sack on the season. Snyder's operating with trips to the right here, adjusting some things. He's going to try and drop back and pass. Again, has a lot of time moving around, but he's sacked, holding on to the ball way too long, and that's back-to-back sacks for this Gamecock defense. Snyder kind of talking some trash there, probably pointing out the scoreboard, but you were still sacked by Daryl Prater, sophomore defensive tackle, and maybe he'll develop into a monster for us. The footage here has been kind of choppy here with the broadcast for some reason. Now they're in a 3rd and 28, and if we can't get a stop here, we couldn't stop our own grandma. Dropping back to pass. Snyder, of course, has time. We have most of our guys in coverage, and he's sacked again. 3rd sack, back to back to back. 4th and 39. That is just a nightmare. J-Rock Swain. My favorite name on this team, number 30, J-Rock Swain. And get used to that name as well as we force a punt. Michael Petway is back to return. Heck of a punt. Out at the 5-yard line. So we get a stop, but they pin us back inside of our own 10. Absolutely beautiful there by Eastern Michigan. Coming out with duos right. We're going to keep it. We're going to pitch it. And what in the world is going on here? That is a safety. Absolutely awful execution. We would get a defensive stop. We'll get the ball back. Turner is going to keep it. But that's two just arid pitches in this game that gave up 3 points to Eastern Michigan. We're going to have to clean that stuff up. Now operating out of the flex bone here, you have Turner with Paul at the B-back spot. He's going to get the handoff. Doesn't get much. And that's going to put us in a third and manageable. It is 3rd and 3, but that's very manageable, and we really need this here. Duos to the right, twins to the right. As you can see, it's been one of our favorite formations. We're going to go out on the speed option, and I don't know. That was some type of ghost ball pitch. That's something I've seen here when you pitch at a certain time. There's a glitch in this game where we don't, as Paul gets the first down, that's a glitch you'll see happen several times, and I hope EA fixes that because 9 times out of 10, it's on a very good read by me in a very good pitch, and the ball just like kind of disappears. Duos, right? We're going to pitch it to Anwar Lewis. He tries to get around the corner. Sheds a tackle. That's a solid gain of about 7 yards there. I formation here. We're going to hand it off to Paul. Paul has some space. He gets the first down. Paul is more of our lightning, and Lewis is, or Paul is our thunder, I should say. Lewis is our lightning as he takes it on the Wildcat there, something you don't see much anymore. He gets to trying a little bit more of a wrinkle here. Now back in the flex bone. Turner's going to fake it. He's going to keep it. He has a gap there on the quarterback counter. One of my favorite plays there. When it works, it's awesome. We're going to hand it off to Big 19. He's going to stiff arm a guy. He picks up a solid 7-yard gain. And looks like there was a miscommunication as Turner ended up keeping that on that split back look. He picks up a couple, gets us in the 3rd and inches here. I formation. We're going to hand it off to Paul. Paul cuts it back. Finds a little bit of a gap there and picks up the first down. This has been a heck of a drive by the Gamecocks here. We needed a lot more of this early in the game. Now Turner, he's going to end up keeping it on the rollout. Runs right past the defense in for 6. And Turner is going to strike the Heisman pose. Slow down there, buddy. You are losing 29-19. And Heisman hopes are not that high right now. Regardless, he is going to get it in off of the play fake, decides to keep it himself, and you just see that his speed is a lot more speed than what the defense can offer 9 times out of 10 from the quarterback spot. He has 64 yards and a touchdown today, what we like to see out of our quarterback in this triple option system. Now in the I formation, we're going to try and fake it. There's absolutely no time. The blitz gets home. Eastern Michigan takes over with a 10-point lead. They're going to try and swing it out to the running back. He sheds the tackle. We were Johnny on the spot and could not make the tackle. And McMillan is able to make something out of what should have been a loss. This defense has to get better at tackling here. Now Snyder operating out of the pistol. He's going to run out of time in the 3rd quarter. And if we can just get a couple more stops here on defense, we are not out of this game. Snyder's going to hand it off to McMillan. What a tackle. Flying in is Fred Perry, his 3rd tackle of the game, and we need to see a lot more of that. 2-by-2 here for Snyder. He's going to drop back. He's going to deliver, and he finds his receiver across the middle. But that's not a whole lot of a gain there. We're going to be in a 3rd and 7 situation here, and the defense has to get off the field. Eastern Michigan from their own 48. Another 2-by-2 look here. Snyder's going to drop back, has plenty of time, and that is knocked away. We are going to get the stop. That is Latimer who's going to knock that away, and we're going to go back to return the punt here. Hopefully they don't get as good of a punt as they did, and they do not. They are going to boot it out of bounds, so Petway does not get a chance on the return. But we take over on offense with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Plenty of time to get in the end zone twice. And we're probably going to operate a little bit out of the air here as it's getting late in the game. And Turner has proven he can do it. So we'll see here. Coming out in the I formation here, we're going to fake it. We're going to throw it. We have a man, and that's just a very weak throw, severely underthrown, and that's going to be intercepted. They are going to take over, and they are going to get another score through the quick sim there. And that was just an absolute brutal interception. And that, again, highlights the weaknesses of a quarterback like Turner. He just doesn't have the arm strength to make a lot of those throws that would be open for other quarterbacks. We're going to hand it off to Paul here. He shifts through the gap. He's going to pick up a solid 5 here. And Paul has been the best runner we've had from the running back position. Lewis hasn't been able to do much. But, again, when you're running this option system, some things are going to work on some teams better than others. Here we're coming out in a split back look. We're going to bring Anwar Lewis in motion. Turner's going to drop back. He's going to deliver, and he has an open guy, and he holds on to the ball. That is Lewis, who's going to hold on after taking the absolute shot. Nice gain there. First down. Should have probably thrown that one a bit earlier. Flex bone look here on 1st and 10. We are going to fake it. We have time, and we fumbled the football. We had some time, but nobody really came open. Fumbled the football, we lose 14 there, and that's just kind of showing you what kind of day it's been here. The offense has been a lot more sloppy than good here today. Dropping back, have a wide open man. That's Petway making a move, and that's what Petway can do, making another move. Absolutely shredding the ankles of defenders, and we want to see more of that, definitely. And we also want to get Petway more involved. Now in the trips look here. Dropping back, have a wide open man. That's Petway again, and that's going to be a gain of 9 yards here. And now we're coming out here in a flex bone look, twins to the left. Turner's going to drop back and try and pass it. Has a guy open across the middle, and that is a first down here for number 14. Haven't had a whole lot of spreading of the ball at receiver here today, but we are going to fake it once more here out of the flex bone. Have another crosser open, and that is caught, and that is Petway once more. Getting involved here late in the game. Wish we would have had more of that early on in the game, but maybe take that into the next matchup here as we fake the pitch. He had circle open early, but he delivers it late, and it's okay because we scored the touchdown anyway. Looks like that's McCants who gets his first touchdown on the season, and we make this score a little bit more respectable. But we do know that this was a sloppy game on offense overall. But Eastern Michigan still up 36-25 as Jordan McCants gets his first of what I hope to be many touchdowns for the sophomore receiver here. And we're going to tack on the extra point, and we're going to make it a 26-36 game. So we're still within 10, believe it or not. As sloppy of a game as this has been on both sides of the ball, where we're within 10, and if we could get a stop here, then maybe we can make something happen. Kicking off the football here to Eastern Michigan. They're going to have a shot at a return. They're not going to get much. Gets it back to the 17-yard line, and we really need to get a stop here to have a chance. Something we haven't done a whole lot of. They've made a lot of big plays on us here today. No doubt they'll probably keep it on the ground here. You have Snyder bringing his tight end in motion. He's going to hand that off, and that's going to be Shed. He's going to hop over a man, and McMillan is loose. They are not going to get him, and that just shows you what's been going on all game long. Shed's one tackle hops over another guy and just makes it look like preschool out there. 43-26. Petway, he may run this one out. He will, trying to make something happen. No room there. Gets it back to the 13, but it was worth a shot as this game is lost. We'll see if we can kind of end it on a bit of a high note here. Coming back, Turner on offense. Not going to get the win here clearly, but we'll see if we can get a couple splash plays here to end the game. Going deep to Lacey, and Lacey brings that in. And that is one of those splash plays we were talking about. Lacey has 82 yards on 2 receptions today. Back in the pistol look here, going to fake it to Lewis. We're going to swing it out there to Paul, and he's going to pick up the first down. And Turner has shown he can definitely operate through the air. He really only had that one terrible throw. But aside from that, he's really been operating through the air as he completes it once more to his receiver. And he has 300 yards passing today. And that was something I didn't think I'd see today, but it's definitely something that will give him some confidence and momentum forward as he doesn't have much time there. Looks like Melvin Swindle was there on the pressure. But Zion Turner has definitely shown he can operate through the air, and that's a sign of life here for this offense. As I talked about, we want to be balanced. We want to be able to throw. We want to be able to run. Coming out in the Wildcat here, Lewis is going to fake it on the trickeration, and Anwar Lewis, throws the incompletion here, just kind of trying to play around and try some different things here as this game is over. Duos to the right. You guys have heard me say that enough today. Going to pitch it to Lewis. Lewis has space to the outside, and he is in for the touchdown. That is Anwar Lewis's first touchdown of the day. And hopefully we can really get him going better down the road. And again, we bring it back within 10. No doubt we'll try an onside kick here, as we're definitely probably not going to get the stop otherwise. Let's see if we can execute this and get it back here with a minute 3 remaining within 10. As much as this game has looked out of hand, we've definitely kept it closer than it probably should have been. Pops it up in the air. Absolutely tattooed number 14, but he is going to hold on and recover it. And Eastern Michigan is going to run it down to about 34 seconds left, but we will have a shot here on offense. We'll need a miracle, but let's see what Turner can do here. Dropping back, we're going to deliver it to Lacey. It is underthrown. Once again, you see that Turner just does not have the best arm strength, especially to get it into those tighter windows there. Duo's right. Turner's going to drop back. He's going to go downfield to Lacey. Lacey has a step. Well, actually, no. The defender, Joshua Scott, was step for step with him that time. He's going to knock it down. We're going to come out in a duos look once more. Turner's going to drop back here. He's going to deliver it across the middle, and he does have Lacey, putting us in a 4th and 2 situation. That's just about going to do it, but we're going to try and get another heave here. Actually, he throws it across the middle. That's Lacey again. He's going to get it out of bounds with 4 seconds left. And Turner, delivering through the air here late, has had an excellent second half through the air. But it is going to be too little too late with 4 seconds left here. We'll see what we do with probably one last play here in this ball game. Turner's going to drop back. No doubt he's going up top. Has a man. That is intercepted. We're not going to, trying to get to McCants on the last play. We're not going to count that against Turner too much. We are going to lose this ball game here, and we're going to go to 1-1. Michigan's also going to go 1-1 as White makes that interception at the end. And we are going to lose this game to Eastern Michigan. Tough loss. Tons of mistakes and the defense just, we only gave up 391 yards of offense to these guys, but you wouldn't think so. Snyder only had 140 yards through the air, but he had 3 touchdowns. Absolutely gashed. 269 yards by Dante McMillan on the ground. Absolutely dismantled that rushing defense. Paul gives us 81 in a score. That's not bad. Zion adds another 64 in a score. Anwar, 49 in a score. Pretty balanced rushing attack. I can't really be mad at that. But the passing of Zion Turner was good, but he threw 3 interceptions. I really say 2. And it was due to lack of arm strength, to be honest with you. But Petway had 77. Lacey had 100 yards receiving. Another 52 by Paul. So some things to build off there. But we lose that game, and hopefully we'll do better next time. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.